Guys, before we get into the Game Award stuff, can I just say I'm so tired of hearing dudes who wear dresses saying, "Can we not exist? Are we not allowed to exist?" Like, bro, of course you can exist. You can wear whatever you want. You can wear a sausage on your head. Nobody cares. But apparently you can't make video games because you troons, you dudes who put on dresses make the worst games. If any of y'all are working on Gears of War 6, I know it's going to flop because we had this troon creative director in 2021, just came out with Dragon Age Veilguard. It was terrible. Another troon creative director worked on Division Heartland and it got canceled. So again, wear whatever you want. Nobody cares, but just know that you keep making bad video games. But guys, we're here to talk about the Game Awards today. And the thing that I want us to not, in a second here, I'm going to talk about how the Game Awards nominees were actually pretty based. And I think there's a reason for that. But I don't want us to lose sight of the fact that, guys, Jeff Keighley is at the center of the legacy media. He is a satanic legacy media shill, and he's right at the center of this nonsense. He's going to the Epstein parties, he's participating in the pedophilia, like all the stuff that the legacy media does, dude. He is at the center of it. They're all voting for Harris. They're all satanic. They all worship the devil, and they're all pedophiles. And the messages are proliferated by these stars, and then it's sent out to the public by media companies. It's sent out to by Access Media and all of these journalists, and it's just one infinite loop. And I've always said that the amazing thing about Trump getting elected in 2024 is it was proof that like 60% of America doesn't care what the legacy media says. I'm gonna be saying this for a while. Trump brought an end to legacy media, and it was so sweet, dude. It was the people turning against legacy media. And what I want y'all to see here is that Jeff Keighley represents legacy media. That's why he has so many of these stupid celebrities on his Game Awards. The Game Awards is a legacy media jack-off fest, and it's dying and it's irrelevant. As much as he keeps supposedly pumping up his numbers and doing whatever he's doing, all of these publications are dying, and there is a grassroots, just complete rejection of what's going on. So now, what actually happened with the Game Awards 2024 nominations? We had some pretty based games in here: Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, an Elden Ring DLC, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantasio. So I think what happened here is Jeff is smarter than you might realize, and he sees people like Asmongold and other popular YouTube content creators, and there is a very anti-woke sentiment out there on the internet, and anything woke is absolutely getting destroyed right now. And I think Jeff Keighley sees this happening. And so this goes on to my next point, which is how he controls the votes. This is a grid of the logos that Jeff Keighley has said are involved in the voting process for the Game Awards. Now, does he ever tell anybody how he arrives at these nominations? No. We don't know anything about little Jeff Keighley's backroom processes for how he gets these nominations, but we know that these are the ones that he arrives at. And so my theory about why the games were pretty based this year is because I think that he sees what's going on the internet, and he is able to pick who gets a vote. He's able to pick which votes count. And I think it's all very, very guided by Jeff Keighley. And he was concerned about the internet backlash that he's going to get. And so he wanted to pick something that the gamers were going to be more happy with. So as soon as it came out that Black Myth Wukong was a contender for Game of the Year, oh my gosh, it was just incredible to see the amount of legacy media hatred that we saw. So, you've got Game Rant saying Black Myth Wukong's GOTY nomination sticks out like a sore thumb. You've got the cucks over at Vice saying, is Black Myth Wukong a worthy Game of the Year contender? You've got The Gamer, anything from The Gamer, Game Rant, Kotaku, and Vice. It's just dudes who wear dresses complaining about the fact that they're dying and irrelevant and nobody cares what they think anymore. So I said here he had to be careful with how he rigged the voting this year because he knows there's a huge red wave. There's a huge red wave right now, and Jeff doesn't want to get left behind. And so I think he very carefully curated and picked some of the votes, and that is why there's some pretty based games that got in here. But what I want to look at is, yeah, gosh, look at these, look at this Polygon article. There was one big snub in the Game Awards nominations and all this junk. Nobody really knows how Jeff decides the nominations, but I don't want us. The point of this video is I don't want us to lose sight of what just an absolute legacy media cuck this dude is, and I can prove it to you right now. So check this out. Spider-Man 2 was an absolute woke abortion, nominated for 8 awards. Alan Wake 2, woke troon abortion, nominated for 8 awards, and apparently they like just hit like 2 or 3 million in sales. And there was an article somewhere that said Remedy basically lost their shirt on Alan Wake 2, and they haven't even made the money back that they needed to make to pay for this game. And so it's got to be humbling for Jeff to realize that, dude, you can give a game eight award nominations and nobody cares. It still doesn't move copies. You know, Spider-Man 2 was very popular in spite of its LGBT propaganda that they put in there. 2020, let's move on to 2022. God of War Ragnarok, woke disaster of a game. I mean, some of the combat was okay, but for the most part, God of War Ragnarok was a woke girl boss disaster of a game. Of course, Fat Aloy, Horizon Dawn Forbidden West was nominated for 9 awards in 2022. All because it kissed the ring, all because it was woke troon propaganda. And then guys, the absolute pinnacle of Jeff Keighley showing the shill cuck liberal Democrat that he is in 2020. Last of Us Part 2, one of the most hated video games of all time because of its leftist politics, because they killed off Joel. And guys, the people behind this game worship Satan. Neil Cuckman, do a little digging on this guy. He's connected to the Noses. Just a little hint if you want to find out. These people worship Satan. The LGBTQ crowd worships Satan. They're gay communists, and they push this slop through. And Jeff Keighley, notice that I'm saying Jeff Keighley nominated because nobody knows his voting process. It's all very backdoor. Jeff Keighley nominated the game for 11 awards, and Last of Us Part 2 won 7 Game of the Year awards. And it is a satanic game. It is a disgusting gay disaster in which they butchered an actually pretty based character within the first 10 minutes of the game. Guys, these people worship Satan. So, guys, just to bring it back here, it's an absolute. It is the Game Awards is a legacy media jack off fest. I saw that Side Scrollers dude, what's his name, Stuttering Craig, is going to do the Real Game Awards, and I'm watching the Real Game Awards instead. I'm not watching quote unquote the Game Awards, guys, because it is a legacy media jack off fest led by people like Alyssa Mercante from Kotaku and all of these people who are jokes. But quickly, I wanted to look at a couple of the games that were nominated in 2024. I'm sure we're all familiar at this point with Dragon Age of the Veilguard, where she sits down to dinner and the first thing she says is, "I'm non-binary." And we have to sit through this troon sermon about how evil you are and how bad you are, and you know how great she is and how brave she is that she's changed her gender and she thinks that kids should chop their own dicks off. So yeah, despite there being something of a red wave in the Game Awards 2024, it's still nominated this game. Star Wars Outlaws in 2024 got 3 nominations, y'all. This game was a disaster. The character models were ugly. The AI was a disaster. It was boring. There's no lightsabers. And it still won 3 nominations. So my point in saying this is that, a leopard is still going to show its stripes. These were cuck liberal games. And of course, they're still going to get some nominations. So, just kind of wrapping this video up, what I hope you're seeing here is that, guys, Jeff has not changed. It is a legacy media jack-off fest. Guys, I haven't taken the Game Awards seriously for about 7 or 8 years because it's so inundated with gay communist propaganda that I don't take the awards show seriously at all. But just remember that Jeff Keighley does not have your best interests at heart. He has the interests of his gay communist friends at heart. And one thing that I want to end with here is that Jeff is now currently panicking about losing the show, which is something that I found out. So in January 2024, this is ridiculous that he's been running the Game Awards since 2014, and the dude doesn't even own the trademark for the Game Awards. So in January 2024, he started to realize that this could be a problem, and this was something that he filed to the U.S. Patent Office in January 2024 because he's trying to trademark the Game Awards. And I saw Stuttering Craig is doing the Real Game Awards, which is the show that I will be watching. So now Jeff Keighley has been sending out emails to his friends and the people who like the Game Awards because I think he needs a bunch of people to sign a form or something to indicate that his Game Awards show is the rightful owner of that copyright, and that in a cultural sense, his show is the one that's being recognized as the real the Game Awards show, which is ridiculous. Like it kind of makes me want, anybody who wants to start another Game Awards show, I think they should definitely do it, because this dude is just so biased and he's so compromised and he's so in the pocket of all of the legacy media that's out there that I don't trust anything this guy is saying whatsoever. So, guys, just to end things out, study his older nominations, 2022, 2023, all these past years. The dude is such a shill and he's such a gay communist that I don't trust anything Jeff Keighley says. I think it's great that Black Myth Wukong and Space Marine 2 and a couple other based games got nominations, but he's doing that because he's currying favor and he's afraid of who he's going to piss off at this point. In the long term, this dude cannot be trusted. He's a liar. He's a fake. I'm going to get out of here. See you guys later. Bye.